think it's okay. Okay. So I record the class as usual. One of the most important thing in this class is the attendance. But I hope it's not just the attendance. So okay. So guys, welcome to the class today. And thank you for doing the homework. And most of you already submitted, I guess. And it's quite interesting. And oh yeah, one more thing is, I hope you have a good grade for your quiz. I believe the due date is tomorrow, right? So I hope you got a good score. So welcome, and this is the attendance. Please scan the QR code and fill the attendance. Make sure you fill the student ID especially correctly. And that's one question there that I asked you, do you live in Taiwan right now? Since I believe maybe some of the international students still have the quarantine, but I hope you already finished everything so we can continue with the in-person class. Let's just hope for the best. And I think for today's class, you already go enter to the implicit differential, I think. And okay, maybe some of you still not in Taiwan. So maybe for now, I will still continue with the online class. But I really hope that we can do the in-person class as soon as possible. Oh yeah, okay. Okay. Oh yeah, so for your information, the okay, the latest campus entry date is this. Oh, it's really a long time. Huh? Okay. So maybe we just can continue with the online class. I will give the announcement in the future if something happen. Thank you for the information. Okay, 14 days. Yeah. 21 days quarantine. It's really safe country right here, guys. Thank you, Ren. Thank you. Yeah. I really hope when you come back here, you don't have to come back again to your home country because it would take a long time, at least for now. Okay, so some of you still out from the Taiwan. Okay, and for your information, guys, why I put the question for your confusion in the attendance, because every time you feel that, I try to make sure I follow up to Professor Iman to make sure that maybe he will review some more or give something that can make sure that you all can understand in the class. So thank you for feeling it. Okay, so I will continue. I will put the attendance letter at the end of the class. Okay, so as always, I will No, we will discuss about the homework. I think it's quite easy. Maybe I will put some important point, and maybe later on we can discuss more about the differentiate because some of you guys, uh, yep, 6 is so long. It's crazy long, especially when you use the quotient what rule, and it's very long. I will show you some, maybe one or two example from uh, one of you guys, and one or two example that do the shorter way, which is use the power rule. But let's review just quick for 1 to 5 because it's quite easy. Okay, number one. Oh yeah, don't forget guys to join the class with GApps. So as Professor Iman always say, and I hope Professor Iman didn't get angry with you guys in the class. So use the GApps to make sure you can join the class directly. No need to for me to accept you by this Google Meet. Okay, number one, it's pretty easy, but it's quite tricky. Why? Yeah, true. If you factorization this one, x squared minus x, you got x times x minus 1. And x minus 1 divided by x minus 1, you got fx is x and gx is x. Is it true that f equals with g? The answer is no. Why? Because they have different domain. For the fx, you can have the x equal 1 because in here the numerator is x minus 1, so you can put 1 here. But if you put gx here, you are okay. So be careful, guys. One thing that you can do if you got this kind of question, make sure don't just factorize it, but make sure you can understand where the domain is. Okay, for number 2, I think it's pretty easy. You can factorize this in, and this one is you just can know the behavior of the cosine x, so it's pretty easy. Number 3, find the value if the limit exists and state the reason if the limit does not exist. From this particular question, the limit when you approach 1 is does not exist. I hope and I believe most of you guys already familiar with this absolute value. If you ever heard, maybe later when you enter the engineering world, you will heard a term called step function. So every function that divide with the absolute value, you will get the step function where approach that kind of limit, it will step. So if you're familiar with, maybe I will show this kind of uh, function in graph. So plus 2x plus 3 divided by x minus 1. Okay, I believe you got the the same result. So when it approach 1, it does not exist because it has different from the right and from the left hand limit. And later on, maybe in the future, you will learn that this kind of function, it's called the step function. It's like stepping, like tap, and then jump to here, but no connection between it. So it's pretty easy money. And for number 4, it's the same with every example that you have learned in the class, but in the class, sometimes we use the tangent, arc tangent of 1 over x. So in this homework, it's quite different. But it's pretty easy. You just substitute 1 over x with any variable that you want, t, b, or anything, and put the limit here, and the final result will be 0. And for this part, number 5, it's also easy, and I believe that maybe it will be in your quiz later. Yeah. X squared x, 1 over x. The answer is it discontinuous or does not exist in, discontinue at -1 and continue at 1. And you substitute everything from the left side or from the right side. Okay. So maybe no question, right? For number 1 to 5. It's pretty easy. Okay, I hope no. But if yes, just ask. Because later we will enter the long story of this crazy question. Okay, let's see. Mm, maybe if we can finish this quickly, I will review to you guys all of the rule for the differentiation. Okay, the first one. It's quite long differentiation, but I will show you one example also from one of you guys that use the quotient rule. Maybe I can show some here. And it's crazy long. Okay, wait a minute. One example that use the quotient rule. Wait a moment. I, okay. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Let's try to do it together. Hmm. Where's the shot? Okay, let's try to do it together. So the question is G R equals to 3 R. So many power. R 52 over R. So uh, you can make assumption here and here as U or V. I believe you already learned it in high school, but I want to make sure that everyone knows, because some of you, I respect you guys for some of you that didn't understand for number 6 and literally tell the truth in the homework that you don't understand number 6. So thank you very much for being honest, and I hope from here you can understand how it works. But it's really long, so please bear with me. Okay, from here you know that if you use the quotient rule, the function will be like this. G apostrophe means differentiation, and I believe you will use like u apostrophe v minus u v apostrophe and v square. Okay. Okay. So it's pretty easy. This is the quotient rule, but I use only the small variable here, not like f x apostrophe and blah blah. It's quite long. So the easiest way is to substitute every here to here. So you at first you got u equals to 3r 3 over 2 plus r f 2. And how about the differentiate of this? As you know from the power rule, you put it up here and then you minus 1 this. So if you don't understand, just interrupt me in the middle, or you can chat uh, in the Google Meet, or maybe if I write something wrong, just feel free to remind me. 3 over 2. Sorry. Okay. And the other one is V. So V equals to R, and differentiand of V is 1. Okay. It's pretty easy up here. So to make it easier for you, just doing like this, and then you can substitute all of this into the equation here. Okay, so the result will be like this. G apostrophe R, maybe I will put again, U times V minus U V apostrophe by V square. So bear with me guys, it will be a long story. Okay, U differentiate of U, the derivative of U, you put here, and then V, you put R. So, sorry. 9 over 2 R square plus M 2 R 3 over 2 and U times R, because it's the V one here, right? Then minus, it's U here. So U is 3R 3 over 2 and R 5 over 5 over 2 and times 1. And it will be long line here. Okay. V with the power of 2, so R with the power of 2. So in here, with just basic mathematics, you can divide it or put out every R to make sure you can get rid of the R square here. So one of the example that I like to use is to make sure that you put out all the r. So r square here, and then so at first we put here first this one, and you make this r to become r square. So you need to add more r. How? By extract from here every r. So it become like this. 9 to r 1 over minus half. Why? Because you put r here. So it becomes like r r times r minus 1 over 2. You have this one. And 5 to r over 2. Okay. And from here, you also do the same thing. You extract the r square. So you got the remaining is 3r minus 1 times r squared over r2. So you can get rid this and get rid this. You get this one. And just the basic mathematics, you will get in the end to become like 3.2 r minus 1.2. Sorry. Okay. Plus. Yep. Yes, Ryan, there is a shorter method. I will show you also the shorter method later. 3r squared r over minus 1 over 2. And what else? Oh yeah. 3 r over 1, 2 over 2. Some of you guys stuck in like this 3 plus 3r over 2 minus, sorry, minus over 2 square root r. Is it true? But I hope you guys can make the denominator rational because it has the square root here. So just times r over r, it's just the same. And you will get 3 over r times 3 plus, sorry, plus how much? R square r and 2r. Yeah, so this is the answer. Pretty easy, but it's quite long, crazy long. So this is, guys, is how you do this example with quotient rule. Okay. But there's also a shorter method when you can use it calls what, power rule. I believe you still remember because we also use the power rule around here. So maybe I'll show the shorter method here. Just wait a minute. Okay. Okay, so I put again the question. One shorter method is you can get rid of the r at the first step. So with this question, GR equals to 3R 3 over 2. I'm really sorry for bad handwriting. Over R. Okay. The shorter method that you can use is you can divide this R with all of the R at the numerator. So maybe it will be easier if I put this way. 3R 3 over 2 divided by R plus R raised to R. In basic mathematics, you can subtract the power here. You will get 3R because 3 over 2 subtract by 2 over 2. So you get R squared. Then from here, you got how much? Oh, yeah. R 3 over 2. So this is the G. Sorry. G R. And then you can use the what derivative with the power of rule with the power rule. Pretty easy. So you go inside R plus 3 over 2 R 2 minus 1. So you will get 3 over 2 R minus 1, 2. Plus 3 over 2 R. Okay, so you got 3 2 R and 3 R 2. You make sure you got the same denominator here. So it will be wait. Wait. 3 sorry. 3 plus 3 R 3 R by 2 over R. 2 over 2 square root R. Because you make this one, right? So you times with the square root of R. So it's pretty similar. And you will get 3 R 3 R 2 R. So that's it. It has the same result either with quotient or with the power rule. And it's shorter, but it's depends on how the question work. Do the question want you to extract it using the quotient rule or maybe power rule, anything? But at least from here you can understand. Okay. Okay, maybe any question for the first one? It's been a long way. No question? So from what I see, Some of you guys use the quotient method. I respect your effort to write all that long way to do the quotient rule. And thank you also to provide with the shorter method. Okay. Next. No question? Okay. No. Okay. Thank you. Mm, the next one is this one. So basically, just the same method. I believe all of you already understand. So from here, oh yeah, I'm sorry, we forgot to make it italic here, but it's just the same. If you want to use the quotient rule, the same, you can use SU here and the V here, and just follow all the steps that we have do from here. And the other way is you can get rid of the V here. One easy uh, way to see it is like because the numerator is only one variable and it contains everything, every the same variable at the numerator. So it apply here too, apply here too. So you will find the way to get rid the V. Okay. Do you want me to explain it or because it's pretty similar, but it's just really long. And for your homework, I will make sure that uh, I can. No, no, I have to. I'll make sure to see the process. So even though, like what I explained, some of you as the answer, like like this part here. No, no, this part here. At least all the processes all correct from the top to here. I will still give you the correct answer, and this also correct. But maybe just for reminding, make sure that you didn't put the answer like this. You put the square square root at the denominator. Okay, so that's 1, 5. Or maybe for since it's pretty long and I'm afraid that we ran out of time again. So maybe I'll show you one way to answer the B part with the power rule. So wait a moment. Okay. So the question, the function of B equals to cube root of V minus 2V over. Okay. So first, you can get rid of this V first. So it equals to 3. Sorry. V minus 1, 3 minus 2 V E V and V. Okay, and then you get rid of this V. You will get V minus 2 over 3 minus 2 E V. Okay. And then from here, customs. The the derivative of this one will get minus 3. And what else? Oh yeah, b minus 5, 3 minus, because it's exponential, remember? So it will be the same. Good answer. Okay, pretty easy. Mm, since it's quite long, so I'm sorry I need to continue. Okay, and the last question, find an equation of the tangent line to the curve at the given point. Okay, it's pretty easy money, but maybe I'll and I believe that this exact question, number 7, I think Professor Iman always redo in the class. So I believe this is pretty easy. But let's okay, let's do it again to make sure that you guys remember. Okay. So first, to find out the equation, you need to remember like from high school, right? If you want to make the equation a y x y 1 x minus x1. Okay, pretty easy. And the first one you need to find is the derivative. Oh yeah, at the point x equals 0 and y equals 0. The first one you need to find the gradient. How? By the derivative, as you all guys already know. So y equals to x plus x. And then you do the derivative, you got 2x plus 1. Okay. And you use with x equals 0. So you got plus equals to 3. Then here you substitute to this equation cos m a minus 2 minus 3x minus 0. So you got 3x plus 2. That's the tangent line. Okay, so it's pretty easy. Maybe any question up to now? I hope you got good score for your homework. And if you have any problem with your homework, you can contact me through my email or through the Moodle. Okay. So it's pretty. And thank you for submit all the homework here. So I think there's no question. Maybe for the closing, I want to review mm, the equation for the okay. And anyway, there's some of you that asked me about this book, whether you need to have it or not. Actually, it's up to you, but it's very easy for you to understand what have you learned. Oh, can you see again number 6? The oh, okay, this yeah, this part. But in this part, I give the way for by using the power. Oh, and maybe later on, maybe I will give you the answer for all of the homework, so you can take a look there. Because I'm sorry, this for number 6, since it's 2 question, and if we use the quotient rule, it's very long. So maybe so I only can show you here with the power rule, but later I will give you step by step how to answer this number 6 using either the question rule or the power rule. Okay. Okay, Jonathan, can I continue? Or maybe you have a question? Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. Let's see. Okay. Where's the book? Oh yeah, about this book. Uh, Actually, it's better if you have it. It's better, since I believe Professor Iman also told you that he used this book, and basically all the material is just from here. And if you're familiar with all the PDF file that Professor Iman showed in the lecture, it's basically just the screenshot of everything in here. Okay, maybe I will a little bit. Oh yeah, this is the power rule here, thing that I mentioned before. X over n. If you want to find the derivative, you put n in the front and n minus 1. Easy. And the other, plus and minus rule, pretty easy. You can derive this first and then derive again and then plus, or if you want to use the subtract one, you can use minus. Pretty easy here. And one of the complicated one is product and quotient rule. Oh yeah, in this book you can see how they derive the question. And by the way, if you really want to have this book, you can email me and I can send you this book to you. And I hope it can be very good and reference and resource for you to learn. For the product rule, product basically means time. So fx times gx. In our discussion with the homework, I use fx as u and gx as v. So in here, you get the same. So u times v apostrophe plus v times u apostrophe. And the last one, I think you're ready to learn this one too. So remember, guys, in rule, if it has like equation inside the equation, you need to derive the first the equation inside first times the outside equation. Okay, and maybe in the future I'll make sure I can make it as soon as possible that uh, I can give you the homework for the derivative and maybe some of the future question like implicit derivative and etc etc. You can see there that you can learn before the material, I hope, so you can be ready in the class or in the quiz. So basically just that. mm, any question maybe for some of you guys that haven't filled the attendance, please fill the attendance here. And I also will make sure the grading for your homework. Oh yeah, and for your first homework, I already graded, and basically all of you has the good score. So keep it up, and don't forget with you especially that has the highest score or very high, like up to 80, 90, even 100 score. Don't forget to share it with others, like what I say from our value, right? And another important thing is I just realized so there are two calculus class. Maybe Professor Iman called you the calculus B. For the calculus A, it's quite late, maybe because of a lot of holiday on Monday. They have the class on Monday, so you guys quite fast. So if anyone or uh, the other student from the other class want to ask something, would you please share it what you have done in the class? Okay, I hope you guys already feel the attendance. And yeah, I think maybe we will still continue with the online class until December 16th. Ah, it's quite long. Okay. Any other question before I close it? No, I can close it in time. No? Okay. Thank you, Ryan. 16. Okay. I hope you all guys already filled attendance. So that's all for today. Don't forget to stay tuned in the Moodle. And don't forget to use the G apps because I see from the video that Professor Iman always told you. So don't forget to use the G apps and check out the Moodle, the Google Classroom to see if there's anything. And for you guys that haven't done the quiz, Chayo, I hope you get the good result. And for you guys that already finished the quiz, finger cross, you get the good score. Okay, I will close this. So thank you guys for today. You can leave the class. Don't forget to be honest. And I respect you for you guys that always be honest, even in the homework. And don't forget to share in the class. Okay, that's all. Thank you. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye guys. Terima kasih. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Sama-sama. Maybe I will. Goodbye. Goodbye. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And one of the student that not even the student of the calculus class.